Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dick.
I said this on the Chase episode. I think cast is East Coast, pod is West Coast.
Look,
dude.
I'm trying to make our guest feel comfortable.
That's not true at all. What? Really?
Oh, it's totally true, dude. People from the East Coast go cast. People on the West Coast go pod.
I feel like the pod save guys ruin pod for everybody. Like
Yeah.
they branded pod.
Yeah. We can't be doing puns with cast.
I just
It's gotta
watched,
be a pure thing.
dude. I sent it. I posted it in the Discord, but I just watched. There's a guy who has a show called The Pod Awful Show.
I hate it.
because he. Oh, it's terrible. It's funny because he posted this video. Do you know who the Santa Cruz Joker is?
No.
Okay, the Santa Cruz Joker
Talk
is.
just a little bit closer into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
He's this dude in Santa Cruz who dresses like the Joker and shows up at fucking like karaoke nights all throughout the fucking little beach town where he lives and just like fucking belts it out. Like full makeup, is always in character, live streams, and got banned from the karaoke bar that he would go to for like slipping a Mickey in a girl's drink, like drugging women's drinks.
And that didn't get around town?
Which-
No, it got around town.
To be fair, pretty twisted.
Pretty twisted, dude. Pretty
really
twisted.
dedicated. These cosplayers.
So here's the thing: it did get around town somehow. So that's what this video is he's live streaming himself beefing with a homeless dude. Like somehow it got out only in
He
the
got
homeless
me dude so
community.
hard the homeless are
The
going
homeless
after
are upset. So
going
it's
to the bar to
Yeah.
heckle him.
it's
the homeless guy going to the library to get on Twitter.
so it's him. Well, homeless people all have phones now. They all have Venmo. That's how like any dude. That's the fucking like again. I mean, look, I'm sympathetic to the plight of the homeless, but every time you're like, sorry man, I only have a card. They're like, I have Venmo. They like have their Venmo scrawled on their hand.
Good for them.
So he's calling out this dude on the live stream while singing music from The Nightmare Before Christmas, but like reworking the lyrics to be about him and the Joker.
Why the Nightmare Before Christmas?
Because he fucking likes that movie, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
You would think naturally he would use Batman songs, right?
No, well,
All right, well,
there's a connection. Tim Burton, there's a connection there, right?
Okay, I see it now, but that's a long walk to take for.
Look, man, I'm on the.
All right, I'm
I
sorry.
got to give the Santa Cruz Joker the BOTD.
Hey,
Oh, also, we're here with Andy Holt.
oh
yeah,
yes,
what's up,
sorry,
everybody?
Poor Ace Watkins.
So
Yes.
this is some damn synergy going on.
Yes,
Hell yes, dude.
that's right.
We stay supporting the first gamer president, bro.
That's right. Thank
It's
you.
true.
That's good. There's a lot of controversy today. They're gonna try to take it from him.
Yeah. Well,
This was in a lesser,
I'm excited to,
publication.
Yeah. I'm excited to support Ace because I really loved what Bernie Bros were doing, and I really think that by switching my support to Ace, I can achieve a new level of toxicity.
Well, also, I mean, Bernie's so mainstream now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He's the front runner.
Bernie's the new Hillary, dude. Ace is the
Yeah,
new
yeah.
Bernie.
It's gonna break my heart when Bernie kills Epstein again. Bernie's like, I'd like to announce we caught Jeffrey Epstein. They faked his death, and he is in custody.
Yeah,
and
bro.
then he just,
Yeah, I feel like Bernie can't lie.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be good at it. You know, he'd be like, yeah, we turned off the cameras. You are not going to find any evidence.
I turned off the cameras and we bonked his head very hard in the shower. The most dangerous thing that can happen to a person.
I have run my campaign on total transparency, and I want you to know that we made sure to turn the cameras off before going in and giving Jeffrey Epstein a stern talking to before I lectured him on Cuba's politics.
Yeah, right. A lot of the life capital was concentrated in Jeffrey Epstein, and when we cut it out, he's done. Spread it everywhere. Everybody's got it now.
Yeah,
What do you mean by life capital?
No, I was trying to do like a Marxist thing. I don't know,
Okay,
man.
I was imagining
I'm not a
it's like-
comedian, man. I don't know.
No, funny. I wasn't saying it accusatorily. I thought the riff was that like rich people have more soul than the rest of us.
They do.
So you have to kill them and redistribute their souls.
Yes, it's true. I murdered Jeffrey Epstein, but only so I could. Only so I could divvy up his soul evenly.
That would be sick. Just a schizophrenic president.
Yeah, Bernie loses it right as he gets into office. Can anybody else see the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein, who I am electing as my VP, by the way?
Like just a pristine, like 40-year career of just one set of beliefs, and day one he just goes full on,
Yeah.
like batshit.
Totally losing it.
Yeah, the longest clean record of anyone.
Oh man, that's
And
great.
he's just like, I would like you to welcome my new vice president, George W. Bush.
Yeah, he's just like he's at his fucking he's doing a State of the Union just like, do I smell burning toast? I hope there's enough for everybody.
I've been truly obsessed today. There was a video on Twitter of Bernie talking about Cabot cheese or Cabot cheese or whatever. You know what?
Oh
See
yeah,
this?
it's the sharp cheddar.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
because
dude.
he's like, he looks like startled, like he's like, oh, no, I eat like sharp cheddar, and then he goes like, that's what I eat. but he has this look like, what? Get off me! Like what?
Well, I'll tell you what it is, dude. It's the only time he's been in the pocket of a corporation, and I
That's true.
genuinely think that he's like nervous to be endorsing a corporate entity.
And it's because they're from Vermont, but
Right,
like,
of course.
But yeah, and he's like, it's good cheese, like what? But the whole tone is just like, what? Leave me alone, what? I love him so much.
Please do not force me to go on the record about big cheese.
Yeah, like we don't need to. I'm done with the questions about it. Done with questions. When you were introducing me, I wanted to say I am probably your first guest who is a first episode listener. Like I'm from day one. With you guys.
Really?
Did you? When I met you, the one time I met you at a Hard Time show, I like said hi to Brendan, and then you introduced yourself, and I was like, "Oh, from Coward Hour." Like I love Coward Hour, and I swear to God, you had like a loading screen of just like it wasn't processed.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, and like it just kind of mumbled like what? Like it felt like you were like quietly mouthing what I just said back, like running it through your head. And you were like, "Oh, dude, like, whoa, thank you." Like you didn't get to thank you for like 20 seconds. Yeah, and, this was before
it's happening right now.
right. But this was like before you even. It was a Hard Times thing.
It
This
was pre-Hard Times.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
that's right.
I mean, that was a different time. That was when we were truly renegades in the desert, baby.
Yeah,
I
that
was gonna
was
say you look good, man. You look
thanks.
good.
Thank
You
you.
look better.
Yeah, the pre-hard. Yeah, like now I'm remembering just how bad things were. I remember the first episode we ever recorded got scrapped because your brain was leaking.
My brain was literally. Nobody's heard that episode. My brain was literally leaking. I was supine. You got to be supine when your brain is leaking, as they'll tell you. I was supine in Brendan's bed.
Yeah, 'cause he got out of hospital jail and they didn't like plug up his spine correctly.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I did a medical study to get myself out of the intense poverty that I was in because
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez style.
Robert Rodriguez, dude.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
fucking-
Like-
I remember reading
is your
his
El
book and
Mariachi.
being like, "Yeah, that sounds like something that a person could do, and it would be fine." And now I see how you're doing it. I'm like, "Oh well."
Yeah, I still haven't made a movie. I was supposed to make a movie.
There are no books about all the other people that tried to do that.
Yeah. I want to write a book about how I did a medical study, and then the end of the book is like, and then I bought groceries.
Yeah, then I lived in Boyle Heights for 2 years.
Yeah, I did a medical study just so I could be a Mexican guy, not even a Mexican director.
It's like enough money to get to
Yeah. I'm just dreaming of one day I'm going to do a medical study and I'm going to earn enough money to move back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what was happening? So that first episode that we don't even have it anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't
I-
think we do. I think it is on a computer I sold.
So somebody's got it.
I guess.
You left it. Man, those are breadcrumbs, man. That's no
it's
good.
completely break. So I was laying down in a bed while Brendan was like sitting over me. So I'm just like totally flat looking up at Brendan, and Brendan's like interviewing me just like down to my face. And it was completely a weird it was not a natural conversation. It was not a
Oh, I also love this was like the first episode. You guys weren't just like, next week. We'll just do it next week, right? Why did you have to do it then?
Oh, what do you mean? Like
I think we had planned it for like or I think
we were getting some in the can. We wanted to like get a few in the can and then like release the good one.
and we did not get any in the can.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying if you're in that kind of state, why the rush?
Exactly.
You know what? This makes sense. I don't know why we didn't think of that.
Oh, well, no, I think that we were both just like furious to be like, hey, let's fucking make something.
Yeah, because
Right.
we were both just adrift.
Yeah.
And and you didn't have it's like we don't have a lot of time left, right? Like who knows, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was feeling the urgency of life. Let me tell you.
and that's part of what attracted me to the podcast. It had that energy. Like these guys are
Really?
bringing it all.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving it
Yeah,
all.
like this is going to be a great 13 hours of podcast before these guys die.
We made it way longer than anybody
Yeah.
thought.
This is going to be like Analyze Fish, where there's like 12 episodes, but people listen to it 10 years later.
Some prick just hit me up on Twitter today who was like, "Hey, I've been listening to the old episodes of the podcast. You got a lot better at podcasting." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
I was like,
Thank
the
you.
fuck is that?
Hey man, are
supposed
you
to-
trying to fight?
You might as well have said like, and I regret it. I wish I had not gone back and listened.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
I've liked watching. I watched Brendan go through an entire phase, the whole like aggressively asexual thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was.
Yeah, tell me about it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I'm back.
Oh really?
He's
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Oh okay. I must not. I'm not up on the
Volcel
pod-
again.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm choosing to frame it all as my choice.
Right. Of course.
And,
I actually should have known that because I noticed. You like. Maybe I shouldn't be outing this, but
I
you
don't care.
sneakily returned to Twitter.
I
'Cause
did.
you were
Yeah.
gone, but I didn't. You changed everything, the avatar and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like it's like a dog or whatever. And I just saw like
it's barn dog.
Yeah, it's a barn dog. I look. I don't know if this is supposed to be secret,
Yeah.
but
I
I
don't
just
have
saw
secrets.
I just saw a dog post to some really depressing like sexual thing, and I was like, I immediately texted you like because I was like, why is this dog texting Brendan Crick? Tweeting Brendan Crick tweets, and I texted you like immediately. Like I could never mistake it for anything else. Immediately, I was like, "Oh, Brendan made a dog thing, and now he's tweeting." Like immediately.
You just instantly knew.
Like, Brendan, there's a dog stealing your valor.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I didn't know you were already back again, man. I'm not. We've
Well,
hung
the
out.
problem is,
Sorry, we've hung out a couple times, but I listen to the podcast all the time, so I more know your life through this.
we should hang out more.
We should hang out
Right.
more. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a surreal thing, right, man? I went on a date with a girl who like binged the podcast before a date.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
God.
it's because you become there like. There's an air of
guess-
comfortability that if you feel like you
Yeah.
know these fucking people.
I guess
Right.
that sounds better. I should make girls listen to like at least the best of episode before the first date, so that I don't have the situation again of like between dates 3 and 4, the girl sits me down and is like, "All right, let's debrief."
Right. Like doesn't even have to say, just like it's time for the talk. Like
Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah.
I know now.
I show up to her house and she's frowning, and I'm like, "I understand," and I just leave.
It's been great.
Yeah.
The guy, this kid who used to be the intern for Hard Drive, who is a good boy, and I'm not going to say his name at all. Okay. But he,
Well, it sounds like he did an excellent job.
he's great. No, he's great. He was awesome. But he told us like he went on a date with like a girl he really wanted to go on a date with, and they like got coffee. And he said, like, thinking it was going to be impressive, he was like, "I'm like the intern for like Ace Watkins. You know Ace Watkins?" And she just said, "Oh no." And people get pissed because people will explain like electoral stuff to me when they get upset about Ace. They'll be like, "Well, you're gonna put like people could vote for Ace, and that could push like the popular voter," and they just
Shut
get into all
up,
these numbers and
dude.
stuff, and it's like
Now wait, is Ace like? Are you guys actually like running Ace?
no.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, did you guys get Ace on the fucking ballots? What the fuck?
Actually, I mean,
That would be so sick.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, have you seen him? Did you get your ballot in the mail? Was he on it?
no, I know. Well,
Maybe
I was confused. I was like, is it like just like in one state or some shit? Like,
I thought that it was a misprint when mine didn't have him.
Oh yeah, right.
so
So
they
I-
think
so
people
I
are gonna-
just-
He was canonically born on January 1st, 1900.
Okay.
So he's well old enough.
That's a good bit.
No, it's,
Yeah, well, I didn't see Ace on the ballot, so I just wrote in ethics and gaming journalism as my candidate.
as we all should.
yeah.
If you ask,
I'm
Bernie,
a single issue voter.
right, and that's
2 issues. I don't think women should write reviews of video games.
Here we go. Here we go.
and the Second Amendment.
Here we go.
And I will use the second one to defend the first one.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This is not my belief. I hate when I'm doing a bit and everybody just
Someone's gonna
everyone just looks at me like I'm ill.
Dude,
They're like, "Oh, he's lost his mind. It's so sad."
one of Ace's opponents is gonna soundbite this. Bloomberg is gonna run fucking Ace Watkins ads.
Sometimes-
Anti-Ace Watkins ads.
Sometimes I'm on this podcast and I feel how my grandpa must have felt when he started talking and everyone just went, "All right, here we go."
Just kind of slowly
And
watching.
he's just like,
their
"What?
eyes.
That's what we used to call them, the Spanish." Everyone's just like, "All right, yeah, okay."
It's like, look, if you stop there, it'd be all right. But we know where this is going. You're not done.
Yeah. Yeah, the grandpa's like, "Oh yeah, I went and I bought some Gatorade from the black guy at the 7-Eleven." We're like, "All right.
Okay.
All right, what's the rest of the story that is only in your head?"
Yeah, right. Already, you don't believe him.
It's already such a non-story that you're like, well, it has to escalate from here. There's no way that this transaction goes off without a hitch.
Actually,
That's how a lot of my dates or my stories go on dates. It just fizzles out, and the girl's like, "Is there more to it?" And there is, but I say no.
just pull the ripcord.
Yeah.
Nope. How was your day? Actually, on the way here, I haven't been in Burbank in a long time, but on the way here, I stopped to try to get a Gatorade, and it took like 10 minutes because they had everything locked down, and you had to use the window thing. But it's like the sun was out, like it was weird.
fuck?
But I asked
Where
for.
did you go?
It was I don't know, man. I have no idea where anything is around here, but like, you know, but like it's a full size store, so I had to like explain what I wanted from the back, and the woman was I mean, I believe from the Middle East. I don't know, Muslim, Sikh, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to presume, but I was like, I would like a lemon lime Gatorade, and she came back with like 5 varieties of green Gatorade that were not lemon lime Gatorade. Every color, like bright green, dark green, all of them. And I said, and then I like pointed. I was like, no, top right. And she looked really mad. She like dropped them all, like she was mad, and went back and then got the one I wanted, and then stopped before she put it in the window thing, and said, "You know, this is lemon, not lemon lime." And I was like, you know, and I had the thought like I should have just been like, okay, but I was like, no, read it. Like, look, no, it's not. Like, no, I mean, I didn't say read it, but I said like, no, it's not. Look at it.
Let me ask you: have you recently been prescribed testosterone gel? This is the kind of thing I've been doing myself.
You're right. Like those, for some reason, anytime I've got to go through the window at a gas station, it feels like a bank robbery. Like they don't want to give you. I feel like when I get the bag of my treats, like I'm going to open it in my car and just paint's going to explode all over my face.
Also, that store belongs in a much worse neighborhood. Why are they doing it like that here?
I mean, I don't know, man, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm the kind of person I felt horrible after just for like all I did was say no, it's no, damn it, it's lemon lime. Like that's all I said.
Right.
I didn't even say damn it. And then I'm in my car like, man, I was too mean. Like that was insensitive. That was horrible. And then on the way here, I was like, no, she stopped. She told me I was wrong.
Right.
And I realized it goes back because I grew up in Florida, and lemon lime Gatorade is what comes out of the water fountains in Florida. It's the OG Gatorade.
Yeah.
it's my favorite.
Again, and this is sort of like what therapy is about, right? Like it brings up, like I was like, oh, I was defensive of like my home. Like this isn't about
Right. Yeah. Oh shit, dude. That's a very if that's how the context you're reading the situation in, that's a loaded confrontation, dude.
I guess that makes sense.
Well, they all are, aren't they?
The other day, I got mad at work because I asked. I was like, first of all, I said, "Does anyone know what Fosnuts are?" And no. Do you?
What are Fosnuts?
I guess they're a specifically Lancaster County thing. They're like an Amish donut that you eat on Fat Tuesday.
Fosnuts.
And I wanted one. And I said, "Do those exist here?" And then they're like, "What are they?" And I explained, and everyone's like, "That sounds bad. Why would you eat that?"
What are they, dude?
It's like a donut, but it's fried a different way where some of them have powdered sugar, but you can eat them plain and they taste good. Like a donut you wouldn't want to eat just plain with no icing, no nothing.
Sure, yeah.
But they're really fucking good and they're extremely fatty and you eat them before Lent.
Are they like beignets?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
I don't
Never
know what
mind.
that is.
What's a beignet?
You don't know what a beignet is?
Bro, I'm not up on the donut game.
But I
apparently.
Oh, it's not even a donut. It's a New Orleans donut. Is a beignet.
It sounds similar.
Yeah, it's like fried dough with powdered sugar on it.
Yeah. It's similar to that, but it's like a
Like a
Pennsylvania
funnel
Dutch
cake?
version of
Yeah,
it.
very much like that. New Orleans rules, man. You guys should go to New Orleans.
I want
I
to go to
should.
New Orleans really bad.
It's the best.
But I just hate the twice a year that I realize that like my upbringing was very strange. No one knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of true for. It's probably true for everyone. Feels like their upbringing is different.
Yeah.
But I believe you.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is like no one really knows that much about Pennsylvania. So they're like, "Why are you so into guns?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm from Pennsylvania."
Right.
And they don't know that like my dad has never shot a gun. Like I'm not raised doing it at all. I just moved here and like got mad at open mics and started going to the range.
And there's a range like in Burbank, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I
not
belong. I'm a member.
Yeah, right.
I can
feel
bring
like,
you sometime.
We'll see. No, actually, I would totally do that. But it's just funny that not only is it not part of you growing up in Pennsylvania, I think you happened to move near a gun range.
I did.
And you're like, yeah, Pennsylvania, and people, especially now because of the whole like Rust Belt Trump thing, I feel like they would totally believe you.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the kinds of people who like move here to do comedy, tons of different kinds of people, but there's a subset of them who will just believe absolutely whatever horrible thing you present to them about the middle of the country.
Uh-huh.
Where it's like, oh, they all eat dirt. Okay.
Well, no, we're not going to check.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why would anyone check?
Yeah.
why would I argue about that? I have no leg to stand on. I have no idea.
Yeah, dude.
Same with Florida. People will believe anything about Florida for sure. People think I don't know.
I hear the Earth is flat, but only there.
Yeah, right.
The rest of the
Well,
Earth is round.
my house that I grew up in is, I think it's like less than 2 feet above sea level. And it's
Oh,
like the
shit.
highest point on the little peninsula that Tampa, Florida is on. So like if a big storm hit, so the geologists say the water of the Gulf of Mexico would just go above the whole city. Like it would it would meet over the peninsula and just gone, just Atlantis, like just over with.
Oh man.
And that was just like a basic fact growing up.
Right.
It's just like, it's
That
not-
will happen.
right.
Yeah.
Well, inevitably, eventually, right? But
Right.
I mean, that seems silly, but we also live exactly where an earthquake will kill us.
yeah, or I mean, maybe not kill
Yeah,
us.
it might not. I don't know. The more like the big one will kill many people, but like it's not. I always picture like I watched that movie fucking San Andreas, and I just imagine like the downtown folding over on top of itself. Apparently, that's not happening.
Right. Yeah,
But-
no.
Yeah.
Um,
But it will
they
break all
actually-
the gas lines and every building will be on fire.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
f-
yeah.
I mean, look, dude.
And just
Yeah, I
imagine
can't
if
wait,
it's the
man.
same time as coronavirus. We'd better be stocking up on some ammo.
oh, that's true.
oh, here. Okay, I see where we're going now.
Yeah.
I'll go to the gun range with you. Okay.
Go to the gun. You're gonna have a good time.
Look, we got to prepare for the event. You know this.
Yeah. I was saying this in the Hard Times Slack group the other day. I feel like me and Brendan, I feel like we've had some exploratory hangs. You know, some early like, you're negotiating. Like, are we going to be bros? I want to be bros.
I feel like we
I
are.
think this is the place to do it.
I feel like we're both the same kind of guy who doesn't know how to start adult male friendships.
Yeah, no. Like, well, I
Like
guess.
Nick's very good at it.
I can't stop making friends. I make sometimes I make too many friends. I have some friends where I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck. There's so many situations where like I'll wind up in a group of 30 people and I'm just like, all right, let me backtrack in my head. How did I get here? Like, how the fuck did I end up at this party?
Yeah, that's what growing up in Florida is like. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That I'm familiar with. That's a good way to describe it. Like, you end up like this guy has dreadlocks. There's Dave Matthews playing. I don't know what part. There's a pasture next to us. It smells like cows. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's doing.
I kind of miss cow shit.
Yeah. Oh, you did have that. in
Yeah, we
Pennsylvania.
did. Big
Like,
time.
like for real. Yeah. Same as like Florida. You have like a lot of just. I mean, people don't get it when they grow up in like a city, but most of Florida is literally nothing. Just I mean,
Yeah.
like, uninhabitable nothing. Like if you like pastures that if you step on them, you're like shin deep in just muck, like prehistoric muck, like the stuff humans came from.
Dude, driving
Like you throw a gun on like a lawn and it just disappears.
Yeah,
it goes back to where it came from. There's gonna be a gun tree there, and like
You commit a crime. You're Frank Sheeran style. You throw like a vaguely sawn off shotgun.
you just toss the gun into the tall grass.
It's very important to throw the gun into the same place every time, so that if you're seen doing it, you get charged with every murder that's ever happened.
Single.
that's in, not to spoil Dexter for anyone who still hasn't seen it, but that's how it works in Dexter. You guys see Dexter?
Oh yeah, that takes place in Florida, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
Dexter drops all the bodies into the ocean, and then someone finds them all underwater.
I
Big
remember
pile of dead
this.
bodies.
But
yeah.
it would be hard to navigate to the same place every time.
Yeah, it's a really it's weird that he would feel the need to. Like,
Right.
wouldn't you want to spread it out? Like it's
Well, isn't he's an idiot? Like he keeps all the blood.
No,
and
he's
stuff.
so
Yeah, that's right, right.
yeah, he keeps the
well, the real reason is because like the writers read like one Elmore Leonard book, and they were like, oh, you need to leave all these hints, and then they made $100 million from Showtime or whatever.
Right.
That show was dog shit, man.
It really was. I remember enjoying the first season. Is it any good at all?
Well, no, I was into it for like 3 years, and I go back to it, and it is unwatchable. It's so
Well, that was
dark.
like right when TV was starting to get good.
Yeah, people were amazed that like the picture quality was good. Right,
but
it was just really simple.
It's still done very intentionally like a soap opera. Like it almost has like a Twin Peaksy quality to it, where it's like not like nobody's acting like a person in that show.
Yeah, that's true.
It also like for stretches was just like Monster of the Week, but the monster would just be like a cholo.
Yeah, or John Lithgow.
Yeah.
He was like the only good part of that show, actually.
Yeah.
I remember him. I remember a part where he breaks his son's finger. Do you remember?
No.
No.
It
I
broke
checked
my
out
brain.
around that hot British chick in season 2 with the nice tits.
Oh yeah, they,
There was
they
like
show, they show her tits like once, right? Mm-hmm. The one with the nice tits.
Hey,
That's
one-
all that he remembered.
Look,
She's in like the like
hot goth women, their tits will stay with me.
yeah. That's one thing. That's one thing I do know about you. That is true.
That I hate. Here's the thing about me. I hate sex. I'll
Right.
never fuck, but I love tits.
Just the tits. Just the tits, please.
yeah. I need to, now that I'm Volcel again, I need to figure out my code and my ethos.
Is this a thing where you're always Volcel unless you're actively fucking?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
No,
you-
but I mean, if you're not mid fuck, you're Volcel.
I am Volcel from the time that I last fucked that I know is going to be the last time for a long time. So, sometimes you like someone, it doesn't work out.
Right.
You have to hit some open mics, get back on Twitter,
Right. And just
take a new
aggressive-
vow,
Yeah, right.
just kind of spiral out.
You need to do way too much with it right away.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Good.
Buy
good
a
for
bunch
you,
of
man.
new clothes.
He's been on a clothes buying kick.
I have been.
This
So now we're looking at your body. So
bro.
None of this is new. But I decided rather than being jealous of the comedians who get opportunities, why don't I just look at what they've done and do it myself?
He's saying it on mic.
And I'm a talented guy.
He's saying it on
So I'll
mic.
just dress like I'm a cool person who I'll start doing the kind of comedy that people like instead
Hey.
of what I like.
This is again, Andy. You know this about Brendan because you listen to the podcast. He's doing the voice like it's a bit, not a bit,
Not a bit.
not a bit at all.
Yeah, till you see me on stage in a fucking beanie,
Dude,
talking about how I came out as queer to my parents.
Yeah, Isaac. So every day, Brendan floats these in the group chat, and then like, so what's so funny is like, so Brendan will be in the group chat talking about like the new cool clothes that he's buying, so he can be a cool comic, and then what he doesn't know is like from that is like there are like 3 other private chats that are like springing forth.
of course, yeah.
Sometimes I can get an inkling.
and it's just like
I'll say something and everyone will see it, but no one responds.
it's because like yeah,
they're all moving over.
phones are lighting up all around the city. And Isaac and I were texting, and he's like, "What's going on with Brendan?" I'm like, "I'm gonna figure out if this is real." And I go, "Hey, buddy, why are you doing this?" And he goes, "Well, it's half a bit, half a Hail Mary." And so and then I get back to texting Isaac, so it's 100% real.
No, I mean, I'm joking about doing a different style of comedy or pretending to be gay or whatever.
Sure.
But what I'm not joking about is like if the industry wants comics to look a certain way, I'll just do that, and then like I am funny and talented.
Right.
So if an agent walks in the room and sees some guy in like a stupid hat and like a champion hoodie or whatever, they're more likely to listen.
Right. That's what agents do, right? They just show up at.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's
Well,
how
at
Nick
comedy
Thune.
clubs.
That's how Nick Thune got signed or whatever. He was wearing a red jacket. It's the red jacket set. Have you heard this story? No. He was just doing like I don't even know if it was. It might have
This
been.
is actually true.
This is true. You never heard about like the red jacket story?
No.
Yeah, Nick Thune was doing a set at the Improv. I can't remember. It wasn't even. It was like a 5-minute spot or a 10-minute spot, and he's wearing this like red jacket, like a bright red jacket. And an agent in the room just happened to catch his set, was really impressed by him, remembered him because of the jacket, and fucking signed him.
Wow.
He was like signed overnight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
This
You're
is
getting a-
perfect. This
yeah,
is
I didn't
perfect
have
info
any
for you.
evidence for my theory at all. So
Well,
Well, there you go. This, you got to float it, see what happens.
yeah.
I'm
I
looking
just-
forward to what kind of red jacket. I mean, what? You know, you should
Well, I
do it
don't-
your own way.
I don't have a red jacket.
No, I'm saying you need to pick what kind of red jacket you want to buy now, right? You need to do that.
Yeah, I need to pick an outlandish, memorable look.
So you're just you're doing pickup for comedy. For comedy agents.
I'm mystery for agents.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm sure there's a subreddit for this.
Some agent is like, "Wow, that was a really good set," and I'm like, "Thanks, your shoes look really comfortable."
Oh man, it's. You know,
I should read the game again.
You should read the game again. but-
again.
The game is all bullshit, but when I read it when I was 23, I started fucking. So
Oh, good for you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, every time I've been like single, I don't think I've ever actively like hit on a girl, like been like I want to hook up with this girl, so I'm gonna like hit on her. I just like wander around like bumping into shit until like a girl likes me. I don't know.
I'm right there. That's what I do. I've learned in the past year how to like initiate, and every time like I'm terrified that I'm gonna make a fool of myself.
Right.
And it's like, okay, they'll actually like you get away with like you can the what's the word I want to use, like. They allow a lot of buffoonery. Like, you don't have to be so in your head about
Women famously
women famously
allow a
They
healthy amount of buffoonery.
Yeah.
yeah,
the margins
women
for
love to
buffoonery
be
are quite wide.
lampooned.
I mean, dude, it's happening. I'm again, but again, like, yeah, I'm texting this person where like I think they like me. I can't figure out what's going on. We're hanging out, but like even I'm like panicked texting her. So like I'm playing this game. I was in the group chat, just like I'm gonna see how many times I can mention the Joker, just to see if it's real, you know. And until I get to the point where like. I think I got like 5 in, and then she stopped responding, and I was like, I am sorry for talking about the Joker so much.
How old is this girl?
I don't know.
Is she older or younger than 25?
Looks like she might be younger than 25.
Okay, then my theory falls apart.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that women closer to 30 will like see what they want to see in a man
Interesting.
because they're really hoping it'll work out.
wow.
That's my
okay.
theory.
Yeah, I think that
And
might
that's
be
why
true.
sometimes they'll wind up dating me for a little while. They'll
In
be
your
like,
experience.
They'll be like, look, I know that he has this very off-putting podcast, and he is constantly talking about how his dick is bad, and I don't know.
He
Just
started taking tea and then went vol cells.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite insanely.
yeah. But you know what? I'm sure that those are all the least important things about him.
Right.
It's like for me, it's
No
like,
doubt a
And here's the
strong
thing.
father.
In my heart, I believe that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm like Reagan, but the facts and the evidence tell me it was not.
I have this thing where it's like, you ever hear Bill Burr talk about like he likes digging holes to see if he can get out of them? That's me, but like texting girls. Like I was
Yeah. You're on a date and you're just rocking the mic stand.
dude, that, like 100%. I can't tell you how many times I've just been like, this is too easy. I'm too good at getting pussy.
I should talk about Trump.
Yeah, well, I was doing it today where I was talking about the coronavirus with this girl, because it's all I'm talking. It's like all I can think about. And she was like, yeah, it's making me really worried. And I was like, yeah, you got to be worried. and she goes, but I don't know. My friend said that it's not worse than the flu. And then I started hitting her with numbers. I was like, it is so much worse than the flu. And she goes, please stop. You're really upsetting me. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll pull back. I'll pull back.
Bays
It's like
hate the
now we're having
coronavirus.
fun. Now we're doing it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, where are we? I'm out in the deep end. This is fun.
I will say though, so I'm like very like just sort of like wifed up. You know, like I got the
wifed
girl,
up.
got a house, got a not
Bro, you
literally.
got a girl and a house?
Yeah, we don't own the house. We rent a house, but you've been to it. We haven't.
It's a
we
nice
live in
house.
A nice house, yeah.
Nice
but
house,
I mean,
great dog.
yeah, fantastic dog,
Bro.
Like I go to my job, I go home, I hang with my girl, with my dog, watch TV, whatever, and and it's great.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's just really.
Me, I come alone and I think about my thoughts in the dark.
And when you come, there's a fucking lady and a dog there, which is way better. And the lights are probably on, I bet.
Yeah.
you change it up sometimes.
Yeah,
I bet you never come home and go to bed so that you don't have to think.
Bro, I can't, like, you're literally coming with a lady, a dog, under shelter. And they were like, not long ago, I had none of those things when I was coming.
Good for you.
I
man.
was coming without the trifecta.
Well, that means you've come a long way, you know.
Bro.
But I was gonna say like so I have my my life's great. I'm like very happy with all that. But the thing I actually miss about being single isn't the like going out, isn't the like even like hooking up with new people. I miss the like that little uncertainty. Those like few weeks of like trying to like, oh, maybe I like this person. I don't know. Maybe they like me. Like the back and forth.
Yeah.
The mystery of it. That's the only part I actually miss.
Bro, the most exciting.
I hate that. I hate that part so much.
No, the most.
Well, I like it. I like figuring out if I like them, but once I figure out that I do like them and I'm not sure if they like me, I just want to like move to Antarctica or something. Like, I just want to opt out entirely.
You don't want to find out if they like you or not. You just want to get out of town.
The most fun.
Yeah. No, I'd prefer at that point that I get drafted to World War II.
Right.
And then I can write her letters.
Yeah, right. Well, it's weird. Like I'm.
Dear Mary, I died.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though.
Sarge says we're all going to die today.
Whoops.
I hope that there's meat in the rations.
Yeah. Well, my favorite thing about like being a single guy dating is like that week period right before you become exclusive. Well, I mean, maybe you're already exclusive, but like right before it starts to turn into a relationship where you're seeing the person a lot. Maybe you like spend a couple days at their house, just like eating, and like you go through the motions of being in a relationship without the commitment, and that's kind of fun, dude. That's like a long weekend with a friend, you know? And then right after that is when I completely pull away and stop answering their texts. That's like,
See, that part is nice, but this has happened to me like 4 or 5 times in my life where you're in that phase, which is great as long as you don't talk about what it is you're doing.
oh yeah.
And I've had like 4 different girls be like, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm seeing other people and I'm going on dates. I've had like 4 women tell me that, and I'm just like, all right.
You didn't ask.
No, I never ask.
Yeah, dude.
They just sit me down.
It's like the coach letting you know that you made the team, but you're third string.
Yeah.
Right. They can't even bear the idea of being in the room with you without you knowing that.
Yeah.
It's basically like when I worked at Target as a teenager, and they were like, all right, now you got to prove yourself for 90 days, or it was like you never worked here at all. Like, just try to collect unemployment. There's none.
When that girl is fucking
Off
you,
the books, baby.
it's the equivalent of letting the retarded kid score a basket. They're like, oh, come on, let him in there. Come on.
Don't let him get a big head about it. Though.
Yeah. Well, he's got a big head.
Yeah.
Man. See, I forgot what.
Yeah,
podcast
I'm sorry, buddy. I know. Look, you're gonna be
Women
fired from
lo-
Ace
I'm- yeah,
Watkins
yeah, I'm
campaign.
Women love to let me know exactly where I stand, and sometimes I don't always love it.
I was gonna say earlier. I'm really excited. It's cool to be like. To be here knowing that this is probably what will end my career someday.
Oh my goodness.
Like Andy Holt once appeared on a podcast with disgraced comedian Brendan Crick or whatever it's gonna be. I don't know.
It's gonna be other Hard Times contributors canceling you for being on a Hard Times show.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Can I tell you, Brendan and I talk about this every couple weeks, but we're like, I can't believe we're still on the hard times.
It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to cross the line at hard times.
Cool. What do you think we have to do? No, don't.
I can't disclose that information.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not your boss. I don't know, man.
I'll ask Matt.
I'm not trying to end this.
Dude, I'm gonna text Matt. Just be like, yo, Matt, what do I got to do to get fired from this fucking job? To get some real punk rock cred.
I like to think indirectly I accidentally helped that happen because I used to talk about how I was a fan of the show in the Slack.
Really?
Well, thank you.
I don't know. I like to think you're
Hell
welcome.
yeah, dude.
You're welcome,
Yeah,
fellas.
thank you, dude, very much, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, you guys make me laugh. But you know a funny thing that happened, like I forget when I first met you, but we hung out in San Francisco, me and Brendan, and then I started listening to Coward Hour, and then we like hung out, but I mostly knew you from Coward Hour, so I just instinctively start saying really mean things to you. I feel, and like I'm just like doing the bit about how you're like a little worm who's horrible. But then afterward I'm like, oh, maybe I was just being a dick. Like, I don't know.
Nah, look, this guy's got thick skin. I promise.
right.
I got thick skin.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to him.
He likes it. Yeah.
One day I'll be people.
I take Brendan to parties just like he's my gimp.
Yeah, he unzips me and I get to speak.
That's right.
And then he zips me again.
Back
I
in the
unzip
trunk.
him. I go, all right, everybody, put whatever you want in his mouth.
Everyone puts pennies.
They put pennies, game
thumbtacks.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he like it? Oh, you know he does.
Doesn't matter.
I feel like that's how like God's gotta feel, right? Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, it's like, oh fuck, he likes it. Like they don't want to fuck him, and he's like he made it a bit. He loves it. It's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah. God is waiting for me to figure out that I'm in a Job like test and I just keep living. I'm like, this is great in comparison, I guess. This is fine. This is what I deserve.
Was it Job in the Bible? Like I think someone's wife turns around and becomes like a pillar
No,
of salt.
that's Lot.
Lot. Okay.
Job is the guy who he had so much faith in God that the devil bet God and he was like, I bet I can make him forsake you. And God said, no, he won't. So
Right.
then the devil spends 40 days ruining Job's life and killing his family.
Dude, it's not even the devil. God is doing it.
Oh, God
God's
does
like, look at the shit that I can do to Job, and he won't turn his back on me. It's a very fucked up part of the Bible.
Damn. I punched it up because I was like, my God wouldn't do that.
No, dude, this
the
is
God
our
of your people.
And
Look,
there's even a part,
I don't remember almost anything about the Bible, but I believe it all.
dude, there's
So-
even a part where Job kind of turns around up at God and he goes, yo, dude, fuck this. This sucks. And God's like, how dare you ever fucking, like, God, like, goes off and he's like, all right, fine. Fucking sorry. Like, whatever.
Damn.
I love you.
There's
Job was in a BPD relationship.
Dude, Job was completely. Yeah, Job was totally in a relationship with a BPDGF.
it reminds
It's just
me.
40 days of like locusts eating his children's eyes, and then one day of just like getting breakfast, and he's like, "Hey, this is nice.
The breakfast is nice.
Yeah, the breakfast is nice. No one's crying.
I really wish I wasn't using my children's bones as utensils, but I guess small victories.
It's like, well, this is what my life would be like.
yeah, I guess this is what it's going to be like from now on because God promised. And then just the next day, fucking.
Would
I
never
want to know
lie.
what the fuck were they betting? Like what the like
Yeah, what does the devil have of value
that God wants, and how can I get that?
Well, it sounds like bullying, right? Because it's the devil. God already beat the devil, right?
Yeah.
Like canonically, like Michael the archangel like whipped his ass or whatever, and now he's down in hell. So I feel like it's
Right.
God was like, I'm bored. This guy Job really likes me. Hey, devil. Hey, like little bitch boy, come here. Like,
Right,
How much
interesting.
you want to bet? Like you can't even get this guy to not.
Yeah,
He
dude.
likes me that. He thinks I'm that cool.
It was definitely just God flexing. You're
Yeah.
right.
God was definitely swinging his dick. God,
Right.
dude, dude, again, like if I was the devil, I would be so. I mean, look, I love our God is an awesome God, again and again, forever and
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
But if God came to me and was like, and it was like a dick showing contest, I'd be like, yeah, dude, I know you have the biggest dick. You're literally God. You made it that way.
Just make it bigger.
You're
That's
making
bullshit.
it bigger right now. It's poking me in the eye.
It's like, this isn't interesting or fun for me.
Yeah.
That's
I really don't see the conflict here.
well. That's why, like, famously, Paradise Lost is a great book, but only the hell parts are good.
Yeah.
The heaven parts are boring as fuck because everyone's like chill and happy and nothing's happening.
Dude.
The devil's the man in Paradise Lost.
I don't know much
love-
about it.
Well, when you go down, there's 9 circles of hell, right?
That's Dante. But
What one are we in?
I don't know.
Well, one
right.
is just posting.
yeah, right.
I'm thinking about Dante's
God.
Inferno.
Yeah,
You're right.
you are.
Because I remember when I read that in fucking high school, and like a bunch of hell is literally like frozen. Like a lot of it's just like covered in
Yeah,
snow.
that's right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I went to 14 years of Catholic school, so I have a lot of information crammed in my head. But
Fuck yeah. Was that Job? Was that God Job shit accurate? You didn't know who Lot was.
I didn't. No, I mean it was I went to Catholic school, so I learned like how like happy. You should always be skeptical of happiness. Happiness means you're doing something wrong.
Can I say some shit though?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait, you agree with that? Or-
Definitely. I think that the beauty of
Nick is a
Catholicism,
very Catholic man, despite never going to a church.
I can't be going to Catholic school. I think the beauty of Catholicism is that it why would you expect your life to be good when life is shit for so many people? And if you start having this expectation that like, well, life should be nice and comfortable, it's like, yeah, bro, check yourself on that, because like, it's not. It's life's not a fucking ice cream
Look.
sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Look,
what the nuns.
crank up the AM radio preacher, leave your car idle, and go to bed.
Everybody remembers that famous line from Deuteronomy: "Life is not an ice cream sandwich."
That's right. That's right. It's not in a lot of Protestant Bibles, Deuteronomy. So
I know,
it's
they
take
the
that
ice
out.
cream thing. Yeah, that's very Catholic.
Well, I even though I'm a Protestant, I only go by whatever Bible Mel Gibson reads. I have a pirated copy of the Bible with his personal notes.
Right.
And boy, let me tell you, does he have some thoughts about what are the people in the Old Testament?
Don't make me say it, man.
I'm
I'm not on this.
He has some thoughts about them.
He
Yeah.
certainly does.
I'm not in this truck. I'm not on this road.
Dude, we're fucking up Ace's campaign trail
That's right.
now.
That's right. Ace has never misspoken. Ace has never posted cringe. He's never.
He's never.
He's a good man, and I have a great deal of respect.
When
for
is
him.
he gonna shed light on the war crimes of fucking Agent 47 or whatever?
Well, it's I think Ace would probably say you need to look at who's hiring Agent 47, right?
Right. The Clintons.
Because in this case, for Epstein, there was
Yeah.
a hard drive article about this.
Oh, was it really?
Agent 47 finding Manhattan jail mission oddly easy. It's like, wow, he was already tied up, and there was a label on his back that said "shoot this guy." But yeah, Ace would probably say, there would just be an Agent 48. You need to look at who's behind the curtain.
I didn't even think about the other numbers of agents, dude.
What number do you think I could be?
5.5.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be a decimal point.
It would definitely be. Yeah, wait, how tall are you?
5'2".
Perfect. 5.2 repeating.
5.2. Bring me Agent 4.7.
Sounds good.
I think someone needs to go to Moza and pick up my lunch. Agent 4. I already 5'2", right? You said
5'2" is what he said.
Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really 5'2"? Do you like up it? Are you really 5'1" or something?
Sometimes he's up in it.
Well, I say 5'4" a lot, but I'm like 5'2.5".
He's pulling a Bloomberg, dude.
Do you? Does Bloomberg lie about his height?
Bloomberg, I swear to God, they. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I swear to God, like he was like everywhere used to say 5'4", and now everything says 5'8".
Really?
For his height, yeah.
He's nowhere near 5'8".
He's not 5'8" at all,
No
dude.
way.
People
I'm
are
gonna
saying,
do a reverse Bloomberg. I need to scrub the internet and have everything say I'm 4'10".
yeah, so people are just impressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, wow.
That's a tall 4'10".
you become profoundly short.
Yeah.
It's like a bell curve, right? So you become like.
Do dwarves collect disability?
That's a
You
great.
know what's funny? I spend so much time editing hard drive that I just assume dwarves like Skyrim dwarves. So I was like, you mean like in what lore do they collect? But no, you mean like human dwarves.
I guess little people.
Little
is
people.
correct.
Yeah.
When,
I think-
when I was
dwarf is a
they're
medical
called
term, I
dwarves.
believe.
They're called
Yeah.
dwarves.
well, I mean, when I was a kid, we were just stopping with midget. So
Right.
Right.
No,
then it was-
dwarf is a medical term.
yeah.
Yeah. Dwarfism or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would imagine they would, right?
I gotta figure
Well, I
out
don't-
some way
well, I
to
don't-
collect
or-
disability.
well,
I'm
well-
like just mentally sound enough to not collect disability.
Really?
It fucking sucks.
Well,
I'm
you-
mentally ill enough that I'm not allowed to join the army,
Right.
but I can't collect disability. I'm right in that sweet spot where I have to have a job.
You need to send. Where do you get disability from?
The government.
Okay. You
Like
need to
Social
mail the government a VHS video of you not being able to reach your like plates and bowls. Just like,
I mean, look, if I was a fraud investigator, I'd be like, who put him there, right?
oh, true.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, because clearly this man doesn't have someone else. Clearly,
Yeah,
this man is alone.
clearly no one else lives in this house with this man.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. when they do the census, they knock on my door, I open it, and they say, "Yeah, we're good. We know."
One.
That or what you can't see is all of his plates and bowls are fucking smashed from him throwing them up into the cabinet.
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to put them away.
A neighbor kid comes and he restocks my cabinet every day with new bowls, and then I try to take out the lowest one in the stack, and it just fucking smacks.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
That's what it should be. It should just be a VHS tape covered in blood that you mail to the government. Like Donald Trump gets it.
Yeah, I just sent it to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I was wondering that the other day. Like, if you send a letter to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, what happens to it? It can't
It
go
goes
there.
to the mailroom.
Yeah, dude.
It does?
Sometimes he'll write you back.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm sure that they don't process it initially in it like at the address. Probably
Yeah.
For safety reasons, maybe it's somewhere else. But yeah, when I was a little kid, like you can write a letter to the president and you get it's like a form letter back, but you do get a letter back.
And they sign it.
Yeah, and they do sign it.
Yeah.
It's like and I mean I don't know about Trump. I feel like maybe he doesn't.
No, he just sent one to a guy that I know in D.C. who doesn't like him, but has a mission of like getting a letter from every living president.
Oh, right.
Who's been alive during his lifetime. And yeah, he gave that sick ass signature at the bottom.
right, the thick like little.
I think we have room on the
mountaintop-
wall.
You actually
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't.
we literally do
Yeah,
not
yeah.
have room.
I like the.
It would
vibe,
be
though.
great to trick Trump into writing the words "coward hour."
Oh, he wouldn't do that.
No,
Those would get typed out. It would be
Yeah.
Dear Coward Hour and then
Mhm.
that big fucking D. I love
Big,
that
like,
shit.
Sharpie just like
Dude.
pressing down on
Bro,
the paper.
that's you know that he signs his signature like that, like he's holding the dick, right? Like he's got a full grip on a fucking 8-inch cock.
that's the
bringing
alpha
him,
signature.
bringing him back to those days of just like jacking off contractors trying to get a real estate deal done.
No, this is how I'm paying you.
Yeah, he's got
You
those
didn't read?
delicate little hands. It's
Yeah.
like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's been. I got in a one of the first ever like brief flame wars I've ever had on Twitter this morning about politics.
Oh shit, a
Ooh.
flame war, dude.
It was like someone who just follows me. I don't even need to get into it. They just I think I owned them,
Yo,
but everyone thinks they owned the other person.
Andy, you hate naming names, bro.
I do. Yeah, I mean it's true. Well, I don't. Well, I should say I don't know the person's name. It's just someone who follows me. I don't.
Oh,
I
just a
literally, I
handle?
truly
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know who the hell they are. And it was a handle that was like an anti-Bernie handle or whatever.
Yo.
Also, I don't want to dignify this person with any details about it, but it like upset me because I never reply to people that are like randos that reply to things.
Yeah, dude.
Like why? Like it's not something that I always told myself if you ever do that, you have a problem. Delete the app for a little bit. And yeah, I got in a little like political argument, and I realized I'm becoming such an asshole because I started reading Das Kapital by Marx 2 weeks ago, and I'm already just such a dick. Like I'm,
Yeah, that's what happens when you read
immediately.
that is what happens when you read that book.
Yeah, I'm such a I'm not even past the intro the first section about like it's all these like commodity equations and stuff, and I'm already like, oh, I get it, I understand it.
Yeah.
None of all you fucking idiots don't get
Dude,
it.
not even that. I watched a YouTube video of Billy Bragg talking about Das Kapital, and I immediately called my father, just like, "What did you do to this country?" Like,
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He's right about everything. It's crazy, but I mean, it's but you know, he was just like a nerd, like a scholar, like he wasn't, you know. But I've been saying I've been listening to it on my commute, like hip hop. Like go off, like fuck yeah, like
Andy, that sucks, dude.
that sucks. I told you, I'm an asshole now.
It's
I'm the
like
worst.
it's like listening to hip hop in the 90s. Like you're driving blaring that, and then you're at a red light next to a bunch of like 23-year-old girls. You have to turn it down real quick.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what a dick I've become. Like earlier today, I'm like replying to this guy on Twitter, and it's like I looked at my hands like, oh God, like what am I doing?
It's so funny that you're reading Karl Marx, just like honestly, king. Go off, Karl Marx.
Yes.
Yes. We stand a revolutionary king.
Jesus Christ.
Also, I commute for 2.5 hours a day, so it's got to be a long book for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I mean, do you know what's funny? To even it out, I've been trying to. I'm really bad at reading. I'm trying to get back into reading. I've been trying to crack Das Kapital, but I've also been trying to read the writings of like Adam Smith, the fucking godfather of capitalism.
Yeah.
Just to give myself a fucking even perspective.
Yeah.
And they both kind of warn of the same thing. Of like the eventual progression of capitalism will be totally is endemic the word that I want to use.
inevitable?
Meaning that like the inevitability of it is negative, basically, because because like monopolies are inevitable and like crony capitalism is inevitable and all
It's
that
built
shit.
into
Yeah. Unless you have like, you know, checks and balances built in within the government to stop that from happening.
Or in the case of, I mean, this is not to turn this into like a
bro.
Marxist podcast.
Oh no.
We
I
can
mean,
get
look,
into it,
we
but-
need one of these just to point to be like, no, look, we're good.
Yeah.
Right. No, you know, Dirtbag Left podcast now, right? But no, it's like that's the whole thing with Marx. Like people talk about Marx as if he's anti-capitalist, but it's more that he's making an argument about what will follow capitalism.
Sure.
Like Marx's view of the world requires capitalism. It's called Das Kapital. It's about like capitalism already existed, and he was like, this is where I think it's going, and this is what's slowing it up or whatever.
Right.
You know, it's not he wasn't like Adam Smith is wrong. He was like starting at Adam Smith, this is what I think.
Well, no, right, totally, and that's where I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of intersection between the two. And what's fucking interesting is I have a great old libertarian Nick has a great distrust of like the government and like you know state surveillance and all that shit, and all that shit is still happening, but it's just like corporate surveillance is the fucking problem. It's Alexa, it's fucking smart TVs like that, like why are smart TVs so fucking cheap? Because they're selling your information wholesale to whoever the fuck wants it.
Yeah, it's like the whole. This is like such a like stoner dude thing to say, but like for Google, you're the product.
Right.
They're selling you to advertisers.
Yeah.
Like you are not the customer. You're the product being sold, which is why everything's free, and why everything works so well.
Yeah. Facebook is free, dude.
Yeah. And it sucks so much.
Yeah.
It literally like
It's unusable.
It upsets me because like I'm constantly deleting Facebook and then reactivating it for one day to like pitch a headline,
right, yeah.
and then if it doesn't get enough likes, I just delete it again.
Oh man, I do that. I'm not going to leave evidence of something that bombed.
Yeah.
There's no. Oh, you mean delete?
No,
your
I delete my whole account. Yeah. Which it took me a while because I would activate my account, post a headline, be like, all right, it's doing okay. Now deactivate my account, and then someone will tell me if it got picked up. But when you do that, it deletes the post.
Right. So you're just fucking
How long
yourself.
did it take you to figure that out?
3 or 4 pitches.
Cool.
That I instantly forget them after I post them. So
Right. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
People are always complaining that it's weird, like the second you become like an editor, it's everything is like your fault now. Like people are constantly like, I can't believe like you support Facebook by having the pitch group on Facebook, and it's always like, and the people are always like, you should use Reddit. Like Reddit's great. Like there's nothing wrong with Reddit.
That would be such a fucking
Reddit
disaster.
would be the worst. Like
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
hey, you make a private sub. I'm like, no, I'm not. I am not. Reddit's even worse than Facebook to me.
Yeah, dude.
I have no idea what the solution is, and I don't oppose it from like an ethics standpoint. I just personally dislike having to log in.
Well, I think we should all agree, like the ultimate solution would be certainly for there to be no more comedy or satire. I think
Yes.
it's all very bad and there should not be any of it. But we're here. What are we gonna? We're trying.
Look,
what
man,
are we gonna do?
I'm totally like, if you gave me the choice, like tomorrow, to be like, all right, no more comedy, you're never funny again, and you're just a solemn man, I'm like, I could slip into that pretty easy. Yeah. I would love to do what I do at open mics, but instead, just like Travis Bickle out, just like go sit in bars and stare intensely at nothing. It would be nicer than having to fucking sit through open mics.
It would.
Read big
Yeah.
dusty books.
Read big dusty books.
Like you don't have to bathe because you don't exert yourself at all. It's
No way, dude. Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I've been having to bathe a lot recently because the tea is giving me like I think I'm going through my first puberty.
Oh
Because
my
I
god.
just I stink.
like have you? Is it like before the tea? Like you didn't use deodorant or something? Like
No,
you
I
just-
used it.
He wasn't always showering.
I used it, but I could like go 2 days without showering and
Right.
no one would notice.
Oh God.
Do you say right like that's normal, or right like you believe that he would do that?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I believe that. But
No, you've known people who do that.
yeah. That's true. I just stink like ass. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
imagine.
I try to shower every day. It's just fucking good to
No,
do.
you try. Actually, this is
I shower
huge.
more days than I don't.
Okay, well, all right.
Oh, okay, man. I believe you.
And I don't even piss in bottles anymore.
I did, dude. I pulled a barn dog the other night. I got to be honest.
What?
I peed in a mason jar.
You did.
Yeah, because my house gets so cold that like walking to the and look,
See?
that's bro.
That's not cool at all.
You have no excuse to do it.
Well, I never pee because I don't want to walk. I pee because I don't want to wake myself up 100% where I can't go back to sleep.
Oh, I wasn't even asleep. This is why it's probably maybe this is actually worse than you. I was in my room and
It's like noon.
Yeah. No, it was like fucking it was like probably 10 o'clock at night. So it gets really cold. I'm all tile. Like and I've got a space heater in my room that I use to fucking like nuke the place so that I don't have to walk out into the cold hallway. And dude, when I'm in my room, it's like close off. We are fucking in the sanctuary.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got to go close off.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I've been being nude a lot in my home.
I love being nude.
Just my house.
Ever
Or
since
just my room.
Ever since the tea, like, do you like being naked more?
I think so.
Like
natural
exerting
state.
your smelling worse?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, dude, I like
Everything's turning around.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The tea has not solved the one issue it was supposed to, me never coming. But, it has both created and solved various other issues.
Okay.
So,
sure.
I am up on the canon. You could always come by yourself.
yes.
I know about
That's
this.
true.
Look at this good Catholic
Yeah,
boy.
I know what's up, man.
He's well versed in the books of Barn Dog.
I'm listening.
It's so exciting. Like, because I took like 6 months off stand up. I just started it again this week.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
it's exciting. I threw out all my old material and I'm starting completely new.
Awesome.
And I feel like the stuff I've been writing is way closer to like the podcast voice than my old stand-up. So I'm just on stage being like, and one fact you should know about me is I never come. And I just wanted to see like people like just be like, what the fuck is happening?
I would love to see that in like a PowerPoint presentation. Just like you in a boardroom, just like facts you should know. And then like
I'm just like, I never come. And side note, my dick is very small.
It's all there. Everything's there.
Everything's there. It's all connected where it's supposed to be.
I'm imagining the fucking animation of like the words like whipping into the frames, like
That's right.
never come.
My opener has been I think the hardest part about dating is figuring out when I can tell the girl about all my swords.
How many swords do you have?
One now.
Just one.
Oh.
Yeah, I got rid of the second.
Well, that was a bold thing to say.
Bro.
The most you had was 2.
Yeah.
All of your swords.
I mean, look, he has
I have a
aspirations
sword.
to have more swords.
Yeah, one day I'll have more swords.
All right. Are they like samurai? Is it a samurai thing?
Look at
You
it.
can see it.
Oh, it is precisely a samurai.
It is precisely a samurai sword, dude.
Okay, that's sick. I can't make fun of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you better not make fun of it.
pretty
I'll fucking get it.
It's pretty sharp too.
Yeah. I have one from
I sharpened it. I bought it when I was manic and I thought that the world was going to end and I needed a weapon, and for some reason I thought that would be helpful.
I'm glad that we've moved down to just champion hoodies now. At least like that, they have no sharp edges.
Yeah. Just dressing like I skateboard, to quote Robbie. Our friend Robbie, he says, everyone who's succeeded in comedy looks like they skateboard. So now that's
And
the goal.
yeah, you said because you were in the chat. You're like, I need to look like I can skateboard, and I'm like, well, just in terms of weight distribution, you don't look like you can skateboard.
I look like my extreme sport of choice would be Super Mario Sunshine Cannon.
Yeah.
You do well. You have that. You could fit in. You could definitely fit in like Wario's cart for sure.
Oh.
In Mario Kart
For sure.
Like and you have that the power slides would be great. The low
yeah.
center of gravity,
Absolutely.
untippable.
6 slides.
That's right.
I would be. I'm gonna start drifting to work. Tokyo drifting.
Only drifting.
100% of the way to work.
When I lived here, there was a dude who I saw, I swear to God, who was skateboarding down Glen Oaks with I'm not kidding, a samurai sword in each hand. Big, tall, like kind of chubby, like looked like he was probably like 6 feet, black dude, just like skateboarding 2 swords, looking determined. I'm sure whoever he was meeting was swiftly defeated.
No doubt.
No doubt. But you
the
should.
only thing that would make that better as a visual to me is if he was on a hoverboard instead.
Oh, that would have been fucking perfect.
Just a hoverboard which puts you in the Naruto run like angle.
That's that guy seems like the modern equivalent of like 2 episodes into one of the old animes He's just starting to get pumped up.
Fuck yeah.
Like that guy kept going for like 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Finally
absolutely,
got to the
dude.
guy. One finishing move with the 2 swords.
He's training to fight Cell. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's training to fight Sickle Cell. All right, I'm sorry. You're on this episode. Andy, I'm so sorry. You're on a campaign trail. What am I doing?
Oh man, I'm so because Ace is a good guy, but what some of his supporters do, some of his staff,
It's
he's got to answer
complicated.
for it, right?
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He does have a podcast now. I should say that.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Oh, yeah,
for
listen to,
synergy's sake.
Yeah. And you should listen to all the Hard Times podcasts. But what's his called?
The Ace Watkins Presidential Hour.
It's a funny podcast, dude. I was listening to episodes.
you like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, the patch notes are fun. Every week he does the patch notes for America.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
It's
actually,
sick. It's fun.
we should say that. Yeah, check out every podcast on the Hard Times. Definitely go check out. I'm still telling people to go check out. I did I submitted a MP3 of my high school punk band to the fanboys.
Oh,
And
really?
they fucking eviscerated it. They got their hands on the lyrics.
How did they get the lyrics?
I forgot that the lyrics. I didn't think that the lyrics were printed on Bandcamp, but I guess they found them somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like, who the fuck puts the word morphing in a punk rock song?
It's got a long, hard consonant in the middle. You can't be doing that.
dude,
Morphing.
Yeah. You ever look back at something like that and be like, and you just be sad to realize, like, to women, that's the coolest thing I've ever done. Oh, like girls liked me for that so much more than any woman will like me for what I'm doing now.
Bro, girls showed up to see me scream the word morphing into a microphone in a basement.
I still remember doing I remember doing my band did a Battle of the Band show in high school at our high school, and we were like a bar band already, so we were like the only band at Battle of the Bands that knew how to be a band. Like we knew we could play songs that were like intelligible songs and covers. And I remember we started playing the Spoon song "I Turn My Camera On."
Oh, yeah.
And a group of girls at the front started dancing, and I had no idea that was the peak of that was the hottest I will ever be. I was like 15. Like that was it. And to me, I was like, this is the beginning. Like this is where it starts.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
It's all breeze
When
from
you
here
wield the
on.
power to enchant bass, that's
18, 19-year-old girls believe in you. Like
Against
I think
all advisable.
I think I've told this story before on here, but my like 5th open mic, a girl sucked my dick in my car afterwards, in my dad's car, in the parking lot afterwards.
she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She believes in you.
Yeah, and I remember just driving an hour from Harrisburg back to Lancaster from an open mic to go to bed before my job as a grocery store bagger, and just being like, this is what it's gonna be like from now on.
yeah, dude. It's crazy that like
The dog days are over.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get blown every week probably.
my most ass getting days were when I was a little kiosk monkey in the Arundel Mills Mall. Like unbelievable. Like how the fuck that was not supposed to be the fucking peak of the mountain,
Right.
but it's almost certainly was.
I mean, the hope is that one day we achieve something else impressive.
Yeah.
But for now, I mean, this is the most impressive thing I do, and it's been a huge liability for me. romantically.
And for Andy, let's not forget.
Yeah, let's all sit for this. This is
Andy.
this is what Brendan has.
Welcome to this thing of ours.
Yeah. I love it. Longtime listener, first time, guest.
dude.
Do you have any call-in
longtime
questions?
fan of cowardice in all its forms.
Thank you.
I love it. Fight or flight every time.
Every time, dude. That's the parasympathetic nervous system, baby.
Yeah, Who could even think of? I mean, who could even say fight? I mean, what is that?
It's
If you can
terrible.
flight,
It's not for me.
Fight every time.
yeah. Exit
We
door.
stand flight.
Yeah, every time. I mean, yeah, like maybe you embarrass yourself, but you're out of there, man. I moved a lot in my 20s. Just moved to another city.
Oh, buddy, I know that.
Because of foibles and gaffes.
Various mishappens. I don't know.
Yeah, you make blunders and you have to travel 3,000 miles.
Yeah, you're like because you like a girl and then you like have like a short relationship and then it doesn't really work out, so you have to move.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That's a 24-year-old move for
Why,
sure.
yeah. Why do you think I'm here?
Oh yes.
I think I was exactly 24.
This is a table of friends, dude.
Yeah, me too. Like I still remember like driving away like, man, I loved it, but Chicago wasn't for me. Because I had like one bad day and I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is it.
Yeah. I'm imagining you had like $1 million a year job. You were like at the top of a skyscraper and you're like, well, a girl saw my balls and didn't like them.
Now I have to break up with the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
She didn't say it, but I could tell.
Oh, you know.
I know the look in a woman's eyes when she likes my balls.
You know.
Oh boy, do I know.
You know when your balls are bombing, fellas.
Yeah,
you
that's
know
true.
when the balls are not going over.
You know, they're the only part that it's really situational. Like, you know, if it's warm versus when it's cold or whatever, they don't. I mean, you know, my balls don't resemble you would never guess they're the same balls.
Absolutely.
I think it's kind of fascinating.
Well, the balls can I tell you this, what I hate about the balls? The balls are so tacked on. Like, truly, they don't even resemble, regardless of what shape you're in or what body type you have, the balls are renegade. The balls are doing their own fucking thing, dude. And I don't even know, like, people talk about, like, people make fun of you for having, like, people will make fun of small balls. I'm like, honestly, I want as little ball as possible. The bigger they are, the more they can go wrong.
Yeah.
You want to have big dick, small balls. In my opinion, that's the ideal configuration.
Like proportionally, it makes it look better.
The smaller the balls are, the bigger your dick looks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we know anything in this life, you want your dick to visually be as big as possible. It does not matter how functional it is.
That's right.
When I have money,
Life is porn for sure.
I'm gonna get nut reduction. I'm gonna be the first guy to get my nuts reduced.
You really would be the first guy,
Yeah,
probably.
dude.
Yeah.
You know, I heard
They just cut one of them out and turn the other one sideways.
They cut one of them out and then split the other one in half.
I'm sure they could do that.
Totally.
You know, I heard
All it would take is one knife. Of course they could do it.
You could do it. You could certainly do it.
I promise you
it checks out.
that it is possible.
You know, I remember seeing a study once. Apparently, I remember this being like in a real newspaper, so it's probably a real study. Men with a larger like ball diameter are more likely to cheat on women and have affairs,
Well, women love those balls.
or just they have more testosterone or something. I don't know.
And the
Could be.
testosterone fuels. Yeah. So
And
you should be
it
a
fuels-
cheating machine, dude.
Yeah, you know.
well, no,
I
I mean,
rub tea all over me.
well, that's the whole.
As I swear Volcel. As I swear Volcel because someone didn't want to be my girlfriend. This man is fucking.
Big balls make you cheat. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, I'm sure it's a correlation thing. Who knows why? But yeah,
It's
it's like apparently a like peer reviewed thing.
The balls are so because big dickedness. The balls are separate.
Well,
from
how
the
did
dick
they
for
even
me.
come at that hypothesis? Like that they needed to test it.
I don't know, man. They must have. They must have. I don't know. I don't know how science works, man. I'm surely they did a good job. Surely they were thorough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man.
Is this even an article that you read, or did you have like a dream? Like, what is this?
I remember. I spend most of my downtime like on Wikipedia. I'm just one of those people.
Yeah.
I just
Oh.
read random
I'm
shit.
assuming this is the kind of thing where it was like folk wisdom that they then had to test.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
You remember what your mama told you? You never marry a man with big balls.
Because you know he gonna be taking those things all around town.
just some scientist that's like they remember when their dad left, and the two things they remember about their dad was he had big balls and he cheated on their mom.
And they're like, well, you know, I know that correlation is not causation, but
yeah.
And like when the results come out, they're like, "See, Walter." Like,
You get caught cheating. You're like, no, baby, I can't help it. Look at these balls.
look at these things,
baby,
Why
no,
aren't you?
well, baby,
you
what
an
this
old
is,
black
no,
man.
what this is, no, I know you're mad, but what this is just pure science. This is like, baby, this is like gravity. It's a law, all right? I can't no more help myself than I can fly up into the air, all right?
You think you can take care of all these balls?
You think you can? Look at this.
Bitch, you can have the right one.
Bitch, baby, this ball right here, you see this ball? That's your ball. That ball, you the main bitch for this ball. But this ball over here, this is an annexed ball. Or I'm not even in control of this ball. This ball lead me places, baby.
when this ball turns his back, you never know what's gonna happen.
God, I
let me
dream.
let me say this right now. These balls ain't even friends. These balls don't even talk to each other.
I wonder if there's like monks who can come with one ball. That's what they like really focus.
They come down from the fucking temple. It's like, what are you doing up there?
No one can even tell what they just did.
Yeah, you're just
like,
gonna have to believe me.
Well, he walked out and he jacked off. And I guess there's less of it or something. But I don't know how much there's supposed to be.
Oh, fuck. They can only come with one ball.
Mm-hmm.
Or just they have that degree of focus
Yeah.
that they can adjust the,
I want to take a vow of silence. I want to be a monk on a mountaintop, take a vow of silence for like 10 years, and then come down and just do black comedian voice and be like, I'm sorry, I forgot what my voice was like. Oh, shit, man, I forgot what my voice was like. This is how I be talking now.
Oh, man. Isn't that a thing I've heard comics say about how it blew my mind the first time I heard a comic tell me this, that Mitch Hedberg just did a black voice.
He did kind of.
Yeah.
But if you really listen for it, I never put that together. But he's like, yo, B, I was like, hey, man, I was like out, I was doing drugs, I was out, like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
Kind
he's
of cholo voice, too.
yeah, but yeah, it's very much like everything's got a lot of like prepositions. Like I was out doing like a lot of likes, a lot of I was out here doing this. I was, I never put it together, and then it's like
a lot of come on, man.
yeah, come on, yeah,
And
like,
the cadence, too.
yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of, man.
It depends on the album, because his first album, Strategic Grill Locations.
Strategic Grill Locations. Yeah.
On that album, he's clearly on heroin because he's delivering jokes at a cadence on that album that is totally different. Like if you listen to his other two albums, he's very quick. The jokes come out very quick, but on that one, he's really slow. There's long pauses. He has some jokes that don't have punchlines. Like I'm trying to remember one.
Is that the one with the bass playing?
Yes. The
Oh,
bass
yeah.
playing in the
Big heroin move. Is to have, like, jazz be part of it.
that's the heroin album, and then Mitch altogether after that is like he's clearly like on coke because the jokes are like coming out like very quickly.
That is true. Like like that joke, like snap, crackle, Mitch, and pop. Like he wouldn't be able to talk that fast early on.
yeah.
He wouldn't have like remembering all of those words back to back and saying them with that cadence. Yeah, like totally. He was too slurred to do that. But you know what's funny? When I first heard Strategic Grill Locations, I remember thinking I heard the bass thing and I was like, oh, that must be like a cool thing that a lot of people do. Never heard it anywhere else.
Nope.
I tried to do something like that. There's this theater in Philly that absolutely refuses to let you do a show unless you have some dumb gimmick. And I just wanted to host a stand-up show. But I was like, what if I host a stand-up show with jazz in the background? Because like there's that Mitch album, there's a Doug Stanhope album where they do it.
Oh, okay.
So I reached out to my buddy and I was like, hey, do you want to do like jazz behind comedians? And he brought a whole jazz trio who just played like pre-written songs. They didn't like riff. So the show never worked at all, dude. And we did it like 4 times.
I would love.
I wore a suit and I'd come out and be like, "Welcome to Comedy Accompany, ladies and gentlemen." And then I bring out the first comic, and they would just bomb. Like the crowd didn't even like jazz.
Dude, I would love to do it.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah.
I would love to do a jazz comedy show, but over like late jazz, like Bitches Brew
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and John
Yeah.
Zorn. So they're like, you're like, so my dick, and then before you can even tell the joke, there's just there's just a saxophone like
Someone like reading like avant-garde poetry behind you while you're doing.
Oh yeah, I want my stand-up album to be like Gil Scott-Heron.
It's but you said like they did songs, like it made me imagine like you being in the middle of the bit and then stopping and them hearing like 1, 2, 3, 4 and they have to like start again.
Well, like I mean, what I wanted them to do is I don't know much about jazz, so what I was imagining is like the 3 of you guys will come out and like jam and riff.
Yeah, sort of like Kind of Blue, right?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah. But
just chill.
he was like, "All right, well, here's some different pieces we do. Which one do you want to go to which comic?"
Oh,
But I didn't like. I know a bit about jazz that I didn't want to like tell him how to do jazz. So I'm just like, I trust you, and the show just like never worked.
well, it's sort of like this is very much your job, the jazz.
yeah.
But like I've basically at this point hired a jazz trio for no money, so I'm not gonna
Right.
like tell them what to do.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Right. I used to be a jazz drummer. It's very hard.
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
bet.
It's the most difficult thing I've ever.
Well, would you like to accompany this podcast sometime?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a drummer. I wouldn't be able to really do anything.
You don't want to drum for a solid hour.
Yeah, it's not. That's what drum machines are for, man.
Honestly, dude,
Man, bitch, why you?
I would love to set this podcast. I would love to set this podcast to like grindcore power violence drumming. So it's like,
blast beats.
They're like, yeah. So my dick sucks, and I shit myself again.
dude, I just watched this video. Do you know the band Full of Hell?
No, but I feel like I do. But no.
Your hard drive, not hard times. That's
Yes.
right.
I write for hard times, but yeah, I'm not a punk.
Not a punk. I was watching a fucking video of this guy, and this is what made me think about it. The drummer for Full of Hell. It was a minute-long clip of him just going like, faster than that, like faster than I just even imagine.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, that's his job every night for a fucking hour, and what 30 songs like that.
They're athletes, man.
They're fucking athletes. Why am I a comedian? Like, I'm so unimpressive.
I think most people would agree. Comedians are. It's weird that comedians became like famous there for a bit. I feel like it's dying down now, but the like.
Yeah, I think it's done. I think people are
It's
about
time to be done.
people are about done with stand-up
Yeah.
comedy.
Well, and like I think I would say like I feel like I'm grateful to Pete Holmes for killing every genre he's been a part of.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I think
absolutely.
like he killed he made the whole comedian talks to people about comedy thing like really suck. Like he really killed it. And then he did like the show about a comedian in New York who's clearly the protagonist and also creator of the show. He made that just awful.
Terrible. Yeah.
And I think
His baby sucks.
yeah, that's right.
Yo, babies are fucking canceled.
Undoubtedly his
Sorry,
baby sucks.
what else were you?
Oh no, I
yeah.
I really like I didn't
wacky talk show with like a gimmick.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. He like luckily we still have Conan. He didn't kill Conan.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily Conan's hands are clean. God bless Conan O'Brien, but yeah, I think like I used to be annoyed by Pete Holmes, and now it's like there needed to be a Pete Holmes, like sort of like the Antichrist, like ushering in the next like
Sure.
era of existence. Like Pete Holmes ushered in the end of something that really needed to end, and so like I appreciate
Which
it.
is just
Well, yeah,
just the comedian who's the protagonist of reality.
or just the whole like
Also,
comedians were the pop culture, just the hosts of pop culture for like a while.
yeah.
I mean, his career kind of put to bed the like cute like comic book nerd era of comedy, and
Right.
I think what replaced it is worse.
What is that?
Like the like hip woke.
That's already
But
dying
the-
too,
no,
though.
but-
Guy who
what's
looks
fu-
like he skateboards comedy.
Well, what's funny is woke comedy. We were talking about a specific joke that I won't reference it, but we were talking about a joke that we saw Comedy Central share from like a very cool young comic. But like the premise was like fucking 90s hack, which is like where alt comedy has looped back around to like 90s hack premises.
Well, I think what it is, it's like 90s alt comedy was responding to club comedy, and then it continued as its own genre, and now alt comedy is people who have like never seen comedy before.
Right, it's responding to comedy as like comedy's bad. I can do comedy.
yeah,
like-
or it's like someone who's doing comedy because they like Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of me. I mean, I'm not a comedian, but like
you're
I
a
became
comedy writer.
I became a comedy writer because
you were good
Twitter.
at Twitter.
Like kind of saved my life, which is weird. It's weird for Twitter to have that kind of
Whoa.
power over me. But I was like depressed like several years, really clinically rough depressed, like at home all the time. I have no idea why my girlfriend stayed with me, but it's like it's the best. I don't know why, but I was just, I mean, really truly despondent. And then I joined Twitter, which usually would make everything worse, right?
Well, how long
Yeah.
ago was this?
This was a few years ago.
Yeah, so Twitter was probably fun then.
Twitter
Yeah,
was fun.
I think
like-
it's, but
Twitter
doesn't
was fun till
everyone-
2016.
Okay, doesn't everyone think that Twitter has gotten worse? I mean, it's always gotten worse, right?
It's always gotten worse, but like I think the way that they've tweaked the algorithm to
Yeah.
reward different kinds of content has
Yeah,
made
like-
it just an unpleasant place to.
dude, my Twitter
Yeah,
is
amazing.
90% people I don't follow.
It is.
I don't know
yeah.
how the fuck that happens.
you like yeah, like it's people that you follow will like a post from someone you don't follow, and that'll be on your news feed.
That's what I fucking see.
Yeah. It also it's weird seeing tweeting from like the Ace Watkins account, like big accounts. You see how it's all totally broken. It's all just Twitter runs through this tiny group of massive accounts, and it just kind of it's like a clearinghouse. Like Ace can like a tweet and it'll just blow up, and it's it's weird that it'll blow up among people that don't really that don't follow Ace, that don't follow the person, but somehow just Twitter's just no, okay, this generates clicks, this guy generates clicks, so anything he likes we're gonna force on people until they like it, until they're addicted to it. It does really suck. Twitter was still chronological when I started using it, so that helps. But
I tried to get mine back to chronological. I did everything you're supposed to, and it's still getting away from me.
Yeah, it switches back. You have to change it every day.
Yeah,
God,
every time.
Seriously?
Same as Spotify. If you go private, it'll flip back when you stop listening. It's but yeah, it's
where's Karl Marx?
Yeah. Then Twitter was doing a thing for a while where I think they were experimenting with if random nobodies go viral, that's going to make it more exciting and people will want to be on Twitter.
Yeah.
So then every day there was a new 250,000 tweet from some sorority girl with 900 followers.
Yo, sorority girls go viral. Dude. I won't tweet out something that I'm embarrassed of, and I'll delete because I'm what was I even fucking thinking? And then I'll see sometimes I saw something that a variation of something that I tweeted but worded worse with 90K likes and RTs, and I was fucking Jesus.
Oh yeah, people love to retweet a tweet where the girl is hot and the word economy is garbage.
I mean, look, what can we say? Uh-oh, Andy looks a little upset.
No, it is I mean, today, I got in a fight with a stranger about politics on Twitter, and I was this is I've become why I hate Twitter now.
Yeah, well, it's funny,
but it happens to everybody.
I have a strict no reply rule,
right?
But dude, my weakness is my DMs. You DM me,
ooh,
you're getting a response.
You're getting a fight. All right,
good to know.
You DM me, I'm just why would you say that?
What's weird though is everyone on Twitter is. I feel I have a theory. Twitter is a little bit. It actually is a little bit like Marxist or what Marx is talking about. I'm not even kidding.
No,
I think about this all the time because capital is the giant accounts that everything they do has influence via them having all this aggregate stuff, and most of them are old accounts that got those numbers, but when it was more possible to do that. So and then everyone else is just basically hopeless, but chasing that. I'm going to be one of those.
Yeah,
one day.
Billionaires inspire us
by doing good tweets, and that's not how you do it. You don't do it by doing good tweets.
If you do it at all, it's by thirst traps or agreeable opinions, and then you blow up, and then people are like, "We should give this person a writing job. They must be funny."
Dude, I wish it was as easy to succeed. Well, I guess it actually probably is. I was if you could just thirst trap your way into fucking capitalism too, but you totally can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it's one of the main ways to do it.
What I need to remember is that I can't
need to get a big ass or something.
Yeah. Yeah, don't hate, man.
Do you think I could be
of course not.
Do you think I could be a professional comedian if I got a big ass? Just absurdly big.
Right,
you probably get
thick.
booked. You probably get booked for 3 months. Mm-hmm. Which is look at the big ass boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you still talk about how small your dick is? Never mention the ass.
My dick is small. They're like, talk about the ass
for Christ's sake.
Please. They're screaming you gotta acknowledge it.
It's just so fucking big.
So big, and I'm man, probably the most interesting thing about me is my small dick.
Small dick.
Actually, you know what? That's a really good bit. You really should do that.
Yeah, you should get surgery.
Get the thing where they cram. They just pump your ass full of
essentially hot dog meat or something.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially liquid cement if you do it the cheap way.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
Yeah, it really can kill you. It's just like those guys that do the thing with their arms. Have you seen with the liquid?
Oh yeah,
dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, what I should do is I should have T-gel injected into my ass.
Right.
I mean, I'm wasting when I rub it on my shoulders, half of it evaporates. I'm sure the rest sticks to my hands. I wash it off. I inject that straight into my ass.
That's right.
I'm getting fucking strong.
I'm waiting to see you just get like biceps on your shoulders. Just like one day you wake up.
I'm curious, genuinely. Do you do a little more than they tell you to?
No, because it's actually a measured pump.
Oh.
So
you don't do 2?
If you do more than one,
I'm
then alarm goes off.
I'm prescribed to, but they also they mail it to you at set intervals. So.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a little bit left in the last one. I tried to open it, but it doesn't open. It has a safety lock on it so that you can't open it up and dispense it how you'd like.
So they're way ahead of me here.
Yeah, they're way ahead of.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm surprised. For how serious all the instructions are about they're worried about who gets it and how they're going to use it. I'm like, how the fuck did I get prescribed this? I went to the doctor and I was like, I can't come, and he gave me transgender medicine.
Well, you did get tested and it was a low number.
Yeah, you had low
It was
T.
a low number, but I looked it up, and low T, there's been 0 documented cases of testosterone therapy improving delayed ejaculation. There's no treatment at all for delayed ejaculation.
Oh,
Shit.
so they're just this is far away from the average number, so we'll try to get it back to the average.
We'll just give this to you because it's so
Yeah.
goddamn low.
So Andy, now I've got to ask you: when is President Watkins or candidate Watkins going to address input lag for the dick? That's what Brendan's got here. Is he's got
That's
major
right.
input lag, dude.
it's true.
I'll
I gotta
bring
get
it
that
up
CRT dick. I need a fucking square, heavy dick.
Just a big 1 pixel. I'll bring it up at the next campaign meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
please. This is his fucking
love
base, dude.
I love to do something for the voters.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, dude.
We always joke. Undoubtedly, at least one person will vote for Ace Watkins. Someone's going to write in Ace Watkins.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Sheer odds, simple math would mean one person is going to do it.
Yeah, and they're gonna tweet it at you.
Yeah. Oh, they are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an early
you'll catch,
voter.
dude. If Bernie doesn't win, you're gonna catch such fucking flack.
I know. Well, luckily, my entire feed is just angry pro Bernie tweeting at this point. So it's I'm one of those. The person who got mad at me today, I did a somewhat benign pro Bernie tweet, and he replied really angry, and he just got very I bet in 2016 and he said something about me and Hillary and stuff, and he was like,
what?
And then he was like, he's like, oh, you think just because Bernie gets the most votes he should automatically be the nominee? Did you think that about Hillary? And then he was like, oh, I already know the answer. and he was like, how about you just this is all, I'm not talking to him at all. This is just a string of replies. And
Hell
he's
yes.
it's like, how about you just admit how full of shit you are?
Oh my
He was
God,
just,
dude.
really,
He's like John Favreau in
Well, he's like John Favreau
in
on
Swingers.
Twitter.
yeah, right,
Yeah, that
totally.
too.
But it's just funny that you see people being like right away. I did one little pro Bernie tweet, didn't even mention anyone else, and he was like, I got one of them. He's one of those. He's just all over me. But
It's funny the kinds of people who just search for one topic and argue with people who don't even do hashtags or tag anybody.
yeah, I don't know how he found me.
Every
I don't know who the
time
fuck
I
this guy is.
tweet about circumcision, I am flooded with anti-circ activists who are like, "Hell yeah, brother!"
Dude, I saw they were on Hollywood Boulevard a year ago, and I was almost like, I was like, I'm gonna go fucking march. I was so pumped to see him out.
I remember seeing them once. I was at the Gay Pride Parade in Chicago because I lived right by Halstead, which is where they do the big parade in Boydstown.
Do gay
And
people like circs or no?
So I don't know. I don't know the polling.
We need to get any single gay person on this podcast and ask them only that.
Let's get Logan.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then that'll
let's get
settle
Logan.
it. That'll settle it. But yeah, it was during the parade. Gay pride parades are a fucking blast, right? There's dancing, everyone's going nuts. It's so much fun, colors, music, everything. And then in the parade, there was, I guess, some anti-circumcision activists got a slot in the parade, and they said some shitty signs, circumcision is mutilation or whatever, and it's all it's weird old hippies, and they're just walking, and you could hear as they pass the whole crowd going "Aw." Everyone's like shirtless people making out, and then just fuck, man. Shit. Because everyone's like,
Every
they're
time
probably right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
and it makes me miss something I've never had.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I was fine.
I was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave that dick be.
And here's
Yeah.
the thing: women are always complaining that men take too long to come from
Here we go.
blowjobs.
Here we
They're
go.
always-
Here we go. I mean,
They're like Brendan when
You know, it's like, look, maybe leave some skin on there. Maybe leave some of the nerves.
maybe leave it the fuck alone.
leave it
right?
the fuck alone,
Leave it
dude.
the fuck
It is
alone.
weird. It is weird.
Yeah.
I really do. I just try. I don't think about it. The fuck are you gonna do?
Look,
It's weirder to try to get it back. The guys who try to get it back, that's weird.
I don't know,
yeah,
man.
they
I
didn't
want
leave me fucking anything to work with. Like, I know some people can stretch it out. You don't get the nerve endings back from what they cut off, but like it makes the head more sensitive.
Yeah,
from
because
what-
the head. I mean,
It protects it. From
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
supposed to be.
Wear
Your
and
head is
tear.
supposed to be very fucking sensitive and soft and
That's right.
protected.
supposed to be
That's
so soft.
Yeah, so
And mine is
velvety
not.
smooth. Yeah.
No, his is rough like denim.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, it's funny that the argument, right? The people that that I used to think before I did my research and educated myself. I used to think the whole thing was
Hell
just
yes,
about
brother.
cleanliness, right? Because people were like, they do it because like it'll get dirty in there
like-
or whatever. But then I learned that those are like natural oils that are supposed
They're
to be
essential oils, dude.
Yeah.
It's like the shit like when it's why you're not supposed to touch a butterfly's wings because it won't be able to fly anymore.
Right,
like
right.
You're not supposed to
Right.
wipe that
No,
fucking
yeah.
dust off.
there. Right. Or the same way we're not actually supposed to wash our hair every day. Your
Yeah.
hair's not supposed to be squeaky.
You're not.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the same thing. Yeah, like people were like thousands of years ago, people were like, "Ew, gross, cut it off," and then we still do it.
Yeah. It's fucked, dude.
Yeah.
I never talked to my dad about it. you
Plus,
know?
like, I feel like sometimes I like confronted my parents about it when I was like 16. I was like, "Why did you do this to me?" And they're like,
Like they
"My-"
did it.
Yeah, my mom. They
They
did.
did.
They
Well,
did.
but I feel like it's probably pretty. They're like, well, it's
No, I think people have conversations about it, and I think
I mean, the doctor asks, like, "Do you want to do it?" And they say
Right.
yes. And I mean, probably the doctor isn't like giving you a rundown. It's probably just like, "Hey, you want us to circumcise the kid?" And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah."
It is.
okay."
It's weird to just throw in a Jewish ritual, like an old Jewish, and an otherwise totally secular birth, like in a completely.
Well, it is also American. It's very well. I mean,
It's very
It
American.
wasn't invented in America. Obviously, it's like a Jewish ritual, but it's most men in America
Are circed.
and the minority in Europe. And I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm
'cause,
sure there's, like, books
I mean,
about it. I don't
British people aren't really circed, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
They're not.
in Europe in general, people are not.
Uh-oh, bro.
Yeah,
My-
yeah.
I got.
and in
I'm
in
cooking up some
America they
theories.
are. Oh
I'm
God.
cooking up some Gibson-esque theories. Sorry.
Yeah, like I've.
Oh man. No.
I mean, girls will say that they're like they want their son to be circumcised because it looks gross and weird. It's like, are you trying to fuck our son?
Got to be on. You have to be on high alert for that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, is it when people come to visit, they're gonna pull down the diaper and see that it's circumcised and be like, good, okay, good.
Yeah, you pass the circ around the whole family. Everybody inspects.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It's yep. Let me.
Yeah.
No. Yes. Definitely.
Good.
I
He
think
is the
that
son of
like
Abraham.
I think the rabbis who suck the baby dick, I think that they are just great at PR.
You know about this shit, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude. That's some wild stuff.
Yeah. Hey, man, Wikipedia. I spend a lot of time on it. But yeah, it's. I mean, but even that though, I like.
You
I
like that? You like rabbis?
Yeah.
Sucking
No,
up?
I want
like-
my oils back.
I like weird. In general, as long as they're not like in this case, that it's I think in general people are right that circumcision is like probably bad, but I like genuine religious rituals, weird
Totally.
rituals. That's what like to me like if you're Catholic, right? Like I was raised Catholic. People saying if you're a good if you're like a nice Catholic, what you say is it's all the same. Protestants, Catholics, whatever, it's all the same. And like in some ways it is, but then. My girlfriend's family is Protestant, and I found out it's not the same at all.
Not at all, dude.
It's way different.
what
Like-
kind
like,
of Protestant?
I should know that. I always get it mixed. I think it's Episcopalian.
Okay, yeah, that is different.
Fucking Episcopalians, dude.
Yeah, I feel like it. I
I'm
feel like it
Lutheran,
could be
which is like pretty Catholic.
It's closer. Yeah, it's definitely closer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's but yeah, it's. I always get Episcopalian and Presbyterian mixed up. I don't know the difference,
Right.
but anyway, but I mean like the Latin and the incense and the colorful clothes and the chanting and all that kind of stuff, like and the hand signals. Like I thought all that everybody did that, and they don't at all.
No, not at all.
Not
No,
even
it
close.
freaks them the fuck out.
Yeah.
Every church has smoke, right?
Yeah, right. The thing with the smoke and the chanting and the the shame. And it's like you have like a really badass city in Italy, right? Don't they all have that? Or Because Vatican City is metal as fuck.
It is,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, yes.
You don't have your own
it's
country.
very metal.
Yes,
There's a lot of
specifically metal.
Wait, you
Literally
mean,
dead bodies.
you mean your religion doesn't have its own country like Doctor Doom?
yeah. With one guy
Yeah.
who literally is God, or can just say things for God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know, God was just the voice of God was just Italian for like 700 years. It's so cool.
I just found out about a crazy religion I knew nothing about.
What?
And there's like a conspiracy theory that it's somehow involved in the coronavirus.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
this Korean.
I forget what it's called. There's this Korean death cult that like it's Christian, but it's like Christian where the guy who runs it is the reincarnation of Christ.
Yeah.
And they believe that he will get his Christ-like powers after the apocalypse.
Right.
And every single place there have been coronavirus
There's been a sect of this
outbreak,
church.
there's been a location of that church. Half the people in South Korea who have coronavirus belong to that church, including like health officials who are like supposed to be monitored.
And doesn't it even look like it wouldn't have originated organically from that group? Like somebody deliberately exposed themselves to it.
yeah, like had to have been in like they're like no one has been in China. It's like I don't.
Well, that doesn't make
Oh,
much
so like
sense.
not that it would be that they somehow like invented it or something, but just
No,
that
I think-
this group of people are like embracing it as part of this death cult thing.
Yeah. dude.
Yeah, like I think
Okay.
I mean obviously they didn't like make a disease, but I think it's like, oh, what's that going on
How do
in
you go
China?
about that?
Hey, how about you go bring that back?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Please pass the. Never mind.
Well, that's their own business, you know.
Yeah. Look, you can't criticize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, look,
I've
let
decided
freedom of
not
religion.
to talk about coronavirus again until I've eaten a bat. I'm gonna eat a bat. Look, I can't judge their culture until I've tried it.
Here's.
So I'm gonna.
I would eat, if it's local food, I would eat a bat.
You got to be
Yeah,
respectful.
Let's we got to do like an Anthony Bourdain segment where I eat a fucking bat.
What would be Anthony Bourdain about it? Just like you're
I
eating
don't know,
a bat.
it's like I go into the restaurant and I'm like, so I'm gonna eat a bat, and then it like pans and it's like a soul food restaurant. They're like, what? Man, we don't serve bat here.
Every Anthony Bourdain thing, he's always like, most chefs in America will tell you that you're not supposed to eat a live flapping bat, but actually, you're supposed to. Actually, it is good.
And I did.
And I did.
And it's and I did it with this like dissident like political activist.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like I can't even make fun of it. I love Anthony Bourdain, but if you did a parody of it, you would have to do like you have to write a very like purple like rich like minute of you talking about bats. Like
yeah, it's always something like today on No Reservations we're eating pangolin with Jello Biafra and the fucking
yeah. Just Mad Libs. Yeah.
yeah.
We're in the Antarctic eating spaghetti with Glenn Danzig.
Glenn Danzig.
Oh man.
But dude, here's what's fucking me up about the coronavirus that I
like a funny like video segment is just retarded Anthony Bourdain.
It would
Yeah,
be
and-
so respectful to the memory of such a great
well,
artist.
it's Anthony
I
Bourdain
love
where
it.
like they got him out of the rope, but he lost a lot of oxygen, so he's just eating fucking treats with like
shiny thing.
yeah, he and Henry Rollins are eating fucking Pop-Tarts in a hospital room.
People are like, man, Anthony, what was it like being a cook in New York City? And he's like, you know, like I like, can I like more green Jello, please?
More green Jello, please. Feed it to me with a
Here's what we
spoon.
do. The first one, it's me in China, and I eat a bat.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, I learned a lot, and I
Yeah.
learned a lot from these people.
Right.
And then the second one, it's me in like Spain, and I'm also eating a bat. And they're like, don't you want to try the food we make? I'm like, no, I brought a bat.
It's revealed that like bat was not a local food at the first place either. It's totally.
You have a bag of
how
live
It's
bats.
like, how do you guys don't get the premise of this? It should have been very clear. This is a bat eating show. It's like, oh, the guy I talked to in China? No, that was just, it was a guy.
Yeah.
It was
Oh no, we were in San Francisco.
Here's what's fucking me up as I'm thinking about the coronavirus, because I realize like as the virus spreads and like outbreaks are inevitable, especially here, and as the fucking candidates who the majority of them are fucking like geriatric people, you know, in the 70 to 80 range who are like at risk for this fucking thing. They're literally, it's their job right now to go around and fucking shake hands with the unwashed masses. And if it spreads between candidates like on a debate stage, everyone is dying except for Amy and Pete, which is a very like, I don't think that's totally implausible, dude. That's
I mean,
some
well, yeah,
real
they
shit.
are. They all more. Damn, I didn't think about that. But
Hillary's
actually,
gonna come out in a mech suit.
Yeah, Hillary's gonna come out
in a bubble.
hello.
It was a bad Hillary, but I loved it. Hillary is just like a brassy Ethel Merman.
You can picture it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Dude, do you remember when she was wearing
Guess
that?
who's back?
Hello.
Do you remember when people were claiming that like her power suit or whatever was like she was like her what do you call that blazer she was like? What do you call that?
People were
outfit?
like, she has a diaper. There's insulin in there.
Yeah,
there's extra blood.
They claim there was like a cooling system. Like that suit is actually a hard shell, and you can see. And when she's sick, she disappears into it like a turtle.
That would be sick.
And she's gonna come out, dude. She's gonna come out like Iron Man, just like
Yeah.
levitating with fucking boosters.
Whatever happened with she used to fall down all the time?
I mean, you never even see her standing up anymore, dude.
That's true.
I'm a Hillary Clinton is in a wheelchair truther. Did you see she's getting into podcasting?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We got to get her on.
Can't wait to hear what she thinks about any number of things.
Yeah. Oh my God.
God, what she thinks is like very important to everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone wants to know.
Well, I hope that she joins the Hard
I wonder
Times
how she-
Podcast Network.
Yeah, I wonder how she feels
Yeah.
about Trump. I wonder if she likes.
Yeah, I can't wait for
She
her
spends so
takes.
much time talking about Bernie. I feel like I wonder what she thinks about
Does she
Trump.
even, dude? Like my Twitter must be so confusing if you like don't know anything about me because I'm like the only two people I retweet are Bernie and Trump. So like it's like if you're on my Twitter feed, you're like this could go either way. I do
Right.
not know how this guy feels
Yeah,
about
you're-
anything.
By the way, we are at an hour 45. Just letting you know.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
Not
shit.
sure if you need to go anywhere
No, I mean I don't know. What time is it?
or it's 10:27. You want to come in for like a soft landing?
Yeah, let's. I gotta come in
Yeah.
for a soft landing.
Cool.
Yeah,
Then,
definitely.
I do. I should go home. I have to go to work.
Dude, you got Bay and the dog back
All
there,
right,
dude.
should we just call it
I
then?
do.
Your
I do.
shelter?
I cuddle up with my dog. Just give you guys a taste of the life if you're curious.
Don't
what
make me
it's like.
mad. Don't get me fucking pissed,
No,
dude.
I have the best dog. I'll show you a picture after this. But I have the best dog in the world. But he, you're not supposed to let your dogs on furniture. They say because he's a big German Shepherd. You're supposed to train them not to.
He's beautiful.
But yeah. You've met him. It's and I mean, picture him right in your head. How do you not let him on the furniture?
gotta.
He's the best. But at night,
I didn't
we
realize
get
he was
in-
a German Shepherd. I didn't know
He's
there
a
were
mix.
white German Shepherds.
There are, but he's a mixed Shepherd Husky bunch of stuff. But
Okay.
he's like white, like reflective, like
Jesus.
bright white.
Mm-hmm.
He's striking. People,
a
people
white German Shepherd, huh?
Yeah, Shepherd Husky. He doesn't have blue eyes though.
I was gonna say that's the fucking Uber Hun, dude.
Yeah, nah, he's got brown eyes. There's a mixture in there, I guess. I feel like he wouldn't be a good German dog. But he
I'm so sorry, Andy.
it's fine.
You're on the fucking campaign trail. What am I doing?
It's cool. But we get in bed every night and he gets up in bed and cuddles up. And then when we fall asleep, he jumps off and gets in his bed by the bed. And then when we wake up, he jumps back in the bed again.
What a good boy.
German Shepherds do this. Like if we're sitting on the couch, he'll turn around and sit like on our feet and just like guard us. Like he just instinctually, if we're awake, he wants to get back in bed. When we go to sleep, he's like, okay, they're safe. And he goes back to sleep. Dogs are the best, man.
Dude, I had a very spiritual experience with a German Shepherd where so I had done 4 grams of mushrooms. I thought my parents were gonna be gone, and then they came home.
Right.
So I like
that's great.
Yeah.
Good for you. No, I've done mushrooms. I know the feeling.
Yeah. This is back. I must have been like 17 or 18. I was still living at home, and so I flipped out. There was a horrible storm outside, so I jumped into my car and drove through pouring rain to my friend Marie's house, where I stayed. I went down to her basement because like she lived in the basement. I just like went through the back, talked with her, had like delusions of grandeur until she fell asleep, and then when she fell asleep, I went upstairs to where her German Shepherd puppy was sleeping, and for 2 hours I convinced myself that I was like training it with with my mind. Like I like, convinced myself that the dog and I had like a psychic link. I was like leading it with my finger and like communicating to it and shit.
Well, it is an ancient thing, you know?
It's a totally ancient thing. And I was like bragging. Like I left and the next morning I was like, just so you know, your dog and I developed a special bond last night. And she was like, Nick, you were so so high. And I was like, I'm going to prove it to you. And I came over the next day and tried to like demonstrate all that I had taught the dog. And did not work at all. Dog didn't even know who the fuck I was.
Right. Yeah, like really cool stuff you taught him, like looking at your finger. Like, dude, mushrooms rule, like what you're saying about worrying your parents were coming back and they come back, like it's such. When I said good for you, it's truly like there's no better feeling than when you're on mushrooms and you start really tripping, and then when you discover that everything is still just how it already was, you're just like, oh my god, like wow, what a amazing, like everything's right side up,
right?
Like, everyone I love is still here. The devil's like, I don't even see him anywhere. Like whatever weird trip you went on,
right?
You're just like, wow, like you're just amazed, like, oh, that table's just look at this table, it's just sitting here, it's not even moving.
Right.
Like, wow, I can put stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's
not screaming at me anymore.
Yeah, hallucinogens make you like such a better person. It's true.
Brendan, listen to this. They absolutely
you should do shrooms.
I'm
man.
not. I don't think I should.
You know what? You're right.
You've listened. Yeah.
Just hearing you say it.
You've listened to me speak for 100 hours. I don't think.
I have. I kind of have.
Yeah, goddamn.
But yeah, I should get home to my dog.
Okay.
Hell yeah. This is a fucking great episode, dude.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Make
It's
sure
fun,
to
man.
listen to the Ace Watkins Presidential Hour.
Ace Watkins Presidential Hour. Support the campaign. He's going to be.
What's your
this probably won't
Twitter and
come out.
everything?
Oh, my Twitter is @I am Andy Holt.
It's a very, very good account.
I am Andy Holt. Thank you.
Great account.
Thanks.
All right, guys. See ya. That was a great episode, dude.
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio, showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I busted already, I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady, now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo, heavy petting on a Friday night. That talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right. Got my candles in the fishnets cause it's on tonight. Oh, that's right, it's time to fillet. No need to debate me, I suck until I go ooh-wee and spray my white pee-pee. I got that ski